Hello, welcome to the TV room. David Bradley here. As you may notice, I do enjoy putting buttons on hats. That is what we're going to do today. Today we have kind of a farmy hat. And we're going to put on the red, white, and blue sort of traditional American political buttons. And I'm going to start right in the front, in the middle. You gotta be careful when you do this, you don't stab yourself. Because these things, well, they have pins attached to them. And these kind of hats are not always the easiest thing to work with. But that's not bad. Although, you know what? I'm going to go a little lower. Sometimes you got to pull the pin out a little bit more to get it in just the right configuration. I want this to be quite centered. Well, I think that's a little better. Now, there obviously is not room to put another thing on top of there. But what I'm going to do for balance is and size is I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put it on the back. It is the same size. Once again, pull the thing out a bit. Where is the back? There's the back. Trying to get it centered in the back. Oh, that went a little high. Okay. Ow. Nope. That is not centered. See, people think, oh yeah, it's easy. But really, like anything, this is, it may not be a popular art form, but it is an art form. So this hat is, well, that in the back, yeah, not bad. There, back. Now this hat, it's a little bent up, but it will get sorted. Front, so we're on the way to our political stuff. Now, the next things I think I will do, I've got some buttons here that are much the same size. There's, almost dropped that. There's Bush and Quayle. There's Reagan and Bush. They belong together. Here's Mondale and Farrar. So, are these all 84? They are. So I think, what am I going to do? I think I will put them here kind of in order that they happened, sort of. Now this is a little tougher. This is kind of a cowboy hat style straw hat. And sometimes they can be difficult. For example, look, that's just awful. It is just awful. So, I gotta pop that out and twist it and go up a bit and slide it through. And that is quite a bit straighter. It's a funny hat, though. It is. I wonder if we're going to get all three. But anyway, we'll see. It is kind of, as I say, cowboy hat shape. So I'm going to see about putting Mondale and Ferraro on the same side because these are the ones, this was the choice. Back when. And that too is not great. They're a little off kilter. Oh, well, suppose if I give it a twist, And, you know, maybe bush and gore need to come off and go a little higher. Sometimes you gotta pull the thing back a little bit. That's too high. And you also gotta watch your fingers. That looks pretty fine. Now, if we can just get the other part of this to come through, which we did not. And there we go, and get it fastened. That's pretty good. Now, I don't think the third one is really going to fit, and it is not. So this is perhaps where we will put maybe a couple of things. Maybe we'll do a Clinton Gore in the upper section here. There we are, coming around. And maybe underneath that, we don't have tons of these different ones. We'll put another, if we can. Maybe not. Let's just ponder this. Maybe this is a place for the square one. See, mostly, there we are, bacon bush. Let's see here. Well, this one is kind of going over some of the others, but I'm not sure if that is troubling or not yet. But the back of it is not coming through. Okay, I'm going to back up a bit. I'm going to take off Clinton Gore. I'm going to try and line them up more with the middle of the other buttons here, so that they're about the same height. And get it done somewhat. I'm not sure yet if I'm happy. We'll see. Anyway, I think let's see here. So we have Bush, we have Mondale, we have Gore, Clinton, McGovern, Hilton. Now, this other side looks like it's going to be different, which is not necessarily bad, but it will be different. Perhaps this button here, the rectangular one, will do well right here, going along the bottom. Did we get it to come out? We did not. I think we did. Did it come out enough to fasten? It did not. It did. Okay, so Reagan's here. Then perhaps we'll put their opponents just up above here. And really, part of the reason we're doing it this way is because the rectangular button fits so nicely into that space. Do not stab yourself with the buttons. Sounds easy. It's not always. Alright, so there We're getting there. We're getting there. Now it may be, there's a whole empty side. It may be at some point I might put some other pins and things on here that are like USA things. I might. So I think this one here, oh, this is another inauguration, but it's so very red, white, and bluey. It fits. I think this one belongs on this side. Remember, I don't have tons to fill this hat with. And some of them are big. A lot of them are big. With a straw hat, you do want to get a good grip, though. You do want to get a good grip. Okay, so there. Now, the one thing I see is I'm getting there. I'm not sure if this one fits nicely. But yet it must fit. It must fit. Because there's a big space here. And we need a big button. Now, do I like having the buttons touch? No, not really. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes I'm trying desperately not to stab myself with the pin and get it to come through. Well, it sort of did, but it didn't get really good bite. I think I will pull this out farther. A little stabbage. Okay. Well, that's not bad, I suppose. Here we have our hat of political things. I'm not just, I may do more tweaking on this. Now, there is, of course, another button here. It's an inauguration day for Reagan, but this style doesn't really match. Because it also has a back on it. It doesn't let me really secure it the way I would like, so it is susceptible to coming off. You know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to pull off Clinton Gore. I'm going to move them a little higher. Get them secured. And then take Mr. Reagan and push him down. But also, I've got to get it where the sharp bit comes back in, or it could get me in the head. And that would not be good. Did it come through? It did. So now the only last one we have here, and it may not be appropriate at this time to put this on, because I may not be able to find a spot, and it really doesn't go. It doesn't. So I think I won't. So if you see here, I have a hat on with buttons. I do. Now it's also got the microphones on it. So what I think I'm going to do, I'll take one of these off. Put it over here. I'll take this hat off. This is different, of course. Have no fear, I am here. Anyway, it's got a bunch of things I put together. I haven't really worn it much, but I will. The microphone is slipping. Anyway, it's mostly sort of education and thought-provoking and other such things. There we go. And of course, nothing like a minion. Anyway, go around again, get a little tighter. That's Mr. T. Myself. Keep on keeping on. somebody. That is from a muffler place called Ski. And there. Conserve energy. And this is encouraging people not to smoke. And you know what? I'm pleased to say there's a lot less, from what I've seen anyway, there's a lot less young people smoking. So, we'll come to our political hat. And already I see that maybe some of these need to be shifted, but anyway, for the moment, they're okay. I'll give it a try, and then I'll see what's what. So mostly these are on here because, well, they're all pretty much from the same era, but also they're a similar sort of American red, white, and blue style. So there we are. So I think I will debut this sometime soon. And I will look for more hats and things I see here. Oh, I'm trying to sneak away. I see here I have destined for the inauguration sort. There's a bunch of, and they don't all have to go. That's the whole thing of it all. There are some that are similar, some that are different, and I'm not sure. I mean, this one here has the potential to go right in the front, or maybe in the back. I don't know. Anyway, I will see. I will ponder. I will think about this. So, before your very eyes, a historic political hat has been born, and it does share both parties. It does. Anyway, if you have a hat and you have buttons and pins and things and stuff, it's cool. The other thing that's good about having such things on a hat, assuming you put them on properly and they don't hurt your head and they don't, like, they have good backs that are good, and that is, if it gets windy, it's harder for a hat like this to blow off your head just because it's heavier. It is. It is. Are they great in the rain? Not necessarily. They're not. Anyway, thanks for coming to the TV room. We'll see you again soon when I ponder another hat. David Bradley, signing off. Bye for now.